this is the Confederation presentation that I have learned a lot about. Since I've learned a lot about it, I'd like to share some of my knowledge with you. Now,
and you're not the only one that learned about Confederation, you know. I helped too.
Oh yeah, this is Regan. She helped too. Okay. Now some of you might be thinking, Confederation? I learned that years ago. Did a whole semester on Confederation for social studies. Well, I've learned a lot about Confederation, so I can probably fill in some details. Some of you might be thinking, Confederation? Wow, it sounds so fun and interesting. Well, you're especially right. So sit down and enjoy the show. There's a third category who say, Confederation boring. I already did my school today. Sounds like history. I'd rather watch paint dry. Well, if you sit down, you can learn a lot, and it is very interesting and fun. Okay, so it all started in the British colonies. These colonies were sitting around to have their own government, have nothing to do with each other, but they started thinking and talking about joining together to form a country for two main reasons. The first one was defense. There was American settlers coming in from America going up to the HBC lands, which is now known as the prairies. The second reason is that America wanted to end the reciprocity treaty. Reciprocity means if I give you a cupcake, you give me those lovely flowers. So, if the Americans ended the reciprocity treaty, the British colonies would have little to live on. Now, nothing got done because of these two big pieces of land. They were just Lower Canada and Upper Canada.
Yeah, you're not explaining something right. So, here, let me show you. So, Ontario and Quebec got the name Upper Canada and Lower Canada because of the flow of the St. Lawrence River. So all rivers flow to the ocean over here. So if you travel this way, Ontario will become Upper Canada and Quebec will become Lower Canada. There.
Yeah, it looks like a chicken. Anyways, as I was saying, these two colonies were totally different, Upper Canada and Lower Canada. You might think they're just two pieces of land. How can they be totally different? Well, let me tell you something. It's like France moving right beside Britain. It's like two cupcakes. They're both have pink icing on the top, but underneath, one's chocolate and one's vanilla. They look the same, but they're totally different on the inside. Now, these two, the Upper Canada was British and Lower Canada was French. Yeah, they did not get along.
And yeah, so what I'm saying here is that there's English versus French, and on the English side there's the Tories versus the Grits, and then on the French side would be on the Blues versus the Rouges. And the leader of the Tories was John E. MacDonald, and the leader of the Grits was George Brown, and the leader of the Blues was Georges Etienne Cartier. And we never knew what the Rouge leader was.
Yeah, enough of that. Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties, people. There are some people who want to ruin this show you came from who knows where to see. Anyways, now, where was I? Just messed me up. Okay. Okay, so Lower Canada, they were worrying lots about what if they joined. They were saying, if we join this Canada Canada country they're going to try to form, we are not going to get our rights as French people. We are going to have all our language, education, religion, because religion in Lower Canada, the French people were mostly Catholic, and the British people were some other religion. Anyways, so they said, we are going to lose everything that we have. Because, say, if they have a baby, and they get taken into having to do all this British stuff, and they have this baby, then the baby learns how to do British things, what church to go from because of the British, what language to speak. It's totally different. They're learning what they're not, and that is a lie. Anyways, so these people did not want to join. Meanwhile, suspicious word, isn't it? Meanwhile, Upper Canada, Lower Canada was worrying and crying and being all sad. Upper Canada was marveling at what they saw. Their colony was growing to be the biggest colony all the colonies had ever seen. They thought rep by pop would be the perfect way to vote.
And rep by pop is representation by population. So Ontario thought that would be a good way to vote, but Quebec didn't, because that would give too many Canadians too many seats. So, yeah, too many seats. So they were promised that they would never have less than 65 seats.
Okay, enough information. As I was saying, what was I saying? Okay. So nothing in the end got done. A second